All right, let's knock out a ton of Tales from the Crypt because I have got to get all these done by Friday. So I think I should be able to get them all done by tomorrow. But let's stick to this one. Anyone over in Killer Flicks will probably know why I'm wearing my cereal shirt today. Probably because I'm feeling a little fruity. Oh, Jesus. Some of you guys out there, you make me laugh. You really do. Thank you for the support, by the way. All right, so we have a slight case of murder. Now, this is a fictional writer who her books look like, I don't know what they actually are about all that much. I'm sure she's like a murder mystery writer or whatever, but they remind me of Daniel Steele books. That's the way they look. The covers and whatnot. We just see the sides of them, but just reminded me of those. I don't know if her character is based on that or not, but yeah, just reminiscent. So this is one convoluted ass episode, but I like that who the killer ends up being or whatever you want to call them. They kind of admit to how they couldn't have predicted how it was all going to go down because it was just so crazy. So, it would have to take something like this actually happening in reality before you would believe it's real. That's why truth is stranger than fiction, because most of the time you don't want to come up with something crazy because people won't believe it unless it actually happened once it gets this insane. But her husband comes in to with a gun, and he's threatening to kill her, and she takes the gun from him, and the safety's on, so he hits her in the head. Then he buries her. Actually, before that, I'm sorry, the nanny, the maid. I don't know what the hell this chick is, but she comes in the house while he's in the middle of it, and so he goes over and puts her body in front of her keyboard there. And he props her neck up, her head up with a ruler on the keyboard, and like it just keeps slumping a little bit, like about to fall. And she keeps kind of coming in and out of the room as she slips a little more. I thought that was pretty cool. Then he buries her up to her neck, and then we get the caretaker, I'm gonna call her, I guess. She has her son there, and he's reading these letters supposedly by her. So he goes and he sees that this guy's doing something, and he finds her buried. He buries her alive. He puts something over her face before he buries her so she has more time to breathe. I don't know. I guess he was trying to bury her alive. Really all we know is that he thinks she's cheating on him, is what we found out. Killing your wife for cheating on you? I mean, wow, that's an adverse reaction. That's a little ridiculous, especially burying her alive like that. Oh, Jesus. Anyways, so yeah, her rescuer unburies her, and runs off to confront him. I guess not seeing if she's okay. I don't know how that all took place. Like, he unburied her, and then she was like, "Thanks, mate," and gave him a hand, like a high five or fucking hand job. I don't know. And then she runs up the stairs, I guess, and she has the gun, and this guy comes back down, and they're playing a little cat and mouse thing, and she pulls the gun on him, and the caretaker's son comes back in the room, and her husband shoots her, which makes her shoot him and her little savior guy there, which I thought was really fucked up, because when she shoots him, she doesn't seem to give a shit at all that she just shot her rescuer. And when he says like something about them being romantically involved, she's like, "I wouldn't sleep with you if you had the last erection on earth," or something like really mean. And he's like, "What the hell?" And I'm just like, wow, like, not only do you shoot him and not give a shit, but then you insult him? This dude just saved your life. Like, I get that you're not sexually attracted to him, but now's not the time to be calling him out for that. So I just thought that was really fucking cold, and I didn't care if she died at that point. And we all, at the end here, we find out that the housekeeper who we thought was the only person not involved at this point kind of reminded me of Throw Mama from the Train when Owen goes to his teacher, Billy Crystal, and he's like, "What's wrong with my story? The guy in the hat killed the other guy in the hat," and he's like, "There was two characters. It's a murder mystery with two characters, one of which is dead on page 2, and it's 3 pages long." That's how this reminded me of that. It's like there's only 4 characters, and 3 of them are involved in it, and there's one that isn't. It's like, yeah, she's gonna be the one that's involved. Like, it just reminds me so much of that. Where you're like, I think I got this figured out. But she comes in, and you're not exactly sure how, but she is, and she was leading them all astray, like sending her son some. I think that's her son, right? Some love letters from her, and then making the husband see it, and them both turning on her so that she could kill her. And as she says, she's like, I couldn't have planned it. Like, I couldn't have believed how this is all going to turn out. Like, which I thought was kind of a nice little nod to the fact that it's so ridiculous. But overall, I thought it was kind of a cool little, like, he said, she said, who's doing it, murder mystery kind of thing, with everyone confused and not really knowing what's going on. It was okay. Like, I didn't love it by any means, but there was enough things going on that I was like, meh, this was fine. So, yeah, season 7 has definitely dropped in quality. I think, I don't know why that is. I know they moved their studios. These are clearly all British actors, so I don't know. This season is not great so far. But anyway, let's move on.